It was announced yesterday that Mississippi State head football coach Mike Leach had passed away due to complications from a heart condition at the age of 61. Thoughts and prayers go out to the Leach family and the university. This is a terrible blow for the college football community. Mike Leach had an excellent football mind, albeit an unusual one at that.
I hope there's Bigfoot. I don't think there is. The reason I don't think there is because we found bones of dinosaurs and everything else, but we haven't found bones that I've heard of.
Piracy is just one of many subjects Leach researches in his free time. The full list is like a personal card catalog to his mind.
Let's see, whales, bears, whales, grizzly bears, chimpanzees, sharks, Australia, Daniel Boone. There isn't really a specific way to do the tango. Geronimo, the guy always leads. Apache Indians in general, just overall. Wyatt Earp, I don't like to dance. Doc Holliday, because I'm self-conscious. As coaches, we failed to make our coaching points and our points more compelling than their fat little girlfriends. Now, their fat little girlfriends have some obvious advantages. For one thing, their fat little girlfriends are telling them what they want to hear, which is how great you are.
One of the most screwed up things about this country is the fact that in order to do anything, in order to cross the street, we always have to have a committee.
It's not whether you win or lose. It's like the team that wins is the one that has the most fun. That crap like that. All this stuff that's contaminated America where they give every kid a trophy and they don't keep scoring Little League anymore.
The former Texas Tech, Washington State, and Mississippi State head coach was a two-time Pac-12 Coach of the Year, Big 12 Coach of the Year, the winningest head coach in Texas Tech history with 84 wins. During his 21 seasons, his career record is 158 and 107, winning just a shade under 60% of the games he coached in. He led his teams to 17 bowl appearances, winning 8 of them. And probably the most telling, Mike Leach had a winning record at all 3 schools he coached at. The Ayatollah of the air raid offense was a legend in offensive innovation, and the pass-happy mad scientist's influence can be found anywhere there's a high-powered offense. His disciples include current Arizona Cardinals head coach Cliff Kingsbury. And once, a long time ago, he told one of his players that he most likely wasn't going to see any in-game action, and that he should start coaching as a student assistant. That player got very upset and stormed out of the office. The next day, he returned to Coach Leach's office to take the job. That young player was Lincoln Riley, who has coached 3 of the last 6 Heisman Trophy winners at USC and Oklahoma. When you look at the record books and the all-time single season and career passing leaderboards, it is littered with Mike Leach quarterbacks. Today we'll be honoring Mike Leach and his influence on college football by counting down his 10 greatest college quarterbacks, the best passers that ever had the honor and privilege of playing under this offensive mastermind. Number 10, Sonny Cumbie. Sonny Cumbie played under Mike Leach at Texas Tech, and he was only a 1-year starter in 2004. The Red Raiders went 8-4. He passed for 4,742 yards, 32 touchdowns, through 18 interceptions. Number 9, Cody Hodges. Another 1-year starter, Cumbie's successor in 2005 passed for 4,197 yards, 31 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. His 66.5% completion percentage and 147.6 passer rating were both higher than Cumbie's. Number 8, Connor Halliday. Halliday played under Leach from 2012 to 2014 at Washington State, completing 62.4% of his passes for 10,348 yards, 81 touchdowns, and 46 interceptions. Number 7, Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon only started under Mike Leach for 1 year at Washington State in 2019. He completed 71.6% of his passes for 5,579 yards, 48 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, and boasted a passer rating of 157.9. He's tied for the 10th most single-season passing touchdowns of all time and has the 7th highest single-season passing yards total ever by an FBS quarterback. Number 6, Luke Falk. Luke Falk played under Mike Leach from 2014 to 2017 at Washington State. He completed 68.3% of his passes for 14,481 yards, 119 touchdowns, and only 39 interceptions. His career passing yards ranked 8th all time, his career passing touchdowns ranked 10th all time, and his 1,403 career completions are the second most of all time. He was a sixth-round draft pick in 2018, taken with the 199th overall pick by the Tennessee Titans. Number 5, B.J. Simmons. B.J. Simmons is the first quarterback that comes to my mind when I think of a Mike Leach offense. In 2003, B.J. Simmons, a one-year starter, completed 65.4% of his passes for a then record 5,833 yards, which still ranks second only Bailey Zappi. He also threw for 52 touchdowns, which ranks fifth, 22 interceptions, had a passer rating of 151.3, and posted 12 yards per completion. He completed 41 out of 53 passes for 497 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception in a 38-14 victory over Navy in the Houston Bowl. He was drafted in the 7th round, 248th overall in 2004 by the Houston Texans. He also won the 2003 Sammy Ball Trophy and came in 10th in Heisman voting. Number 4, Cliff Kingsbury. Before he was a highly touted offensive mastermind as a coach, he was a pupil of Mike Leach and was his quarterback at Texas Tech. He arrived at Texas Tech in 1998. Leach was hired in 2000. Though his playing days were over 20 years ago, Kingsbury's numbers still stand the test of time. He still ranks 6th in completions, attempts, 33rd in career passing yards, 36th in passing touchdowns, and the Red Raider was the 3rd player to ever pass for 10,000 yards. In 2002, he passed for 5,017 yards, 3rd most ever at the time, still ranks 18th today. His 45 touchdowns were the 6th most at the time and still ranks 22nd. He won the 2002 Sammy Ball Trophy, finished 9th in Heisman voting, and was drafted by the New England Patriots in the 6th round, 201st overall of the 2003 NFL Draft. Number 3, Will Rogers. Rogers, from 2020 to current day, posted a passer rating of 139.8, a completion percentage of 70.8%, 10,428 passing yards, 81 touchdowns, and 22 interceptions. It was a lot more accurate than Leach's other quarterbacks. And unlike the gunslingers of the OK Corral that is Texas Tech, Rogers has yet to pass for 5,000 yards in a single season. In his sophomore season, 2021, he passed for a career-high 4,739 yards, 36 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. His 73.9% completion percentage that year is the 5th highest single-season total ever, and his career completion percentage is the highest of all time. Number 2, Gardner Minshew. This one is fitting, one of the most eccentric coaches and one of the most eccentric quarterbacks we've ever seen. Gardner Minshew played for East Carolina from 2016 to 2017. He transferred to Leach's Washington State team in 2018 and flourished in Leach's system. His completion percentage went up by 13, his passer rating went up by 20 points, and even though he played in 4 fewer games, he threw for 14 more touchdowns. Washington State in 2018 finished 11-2 and won the Alamo Bowl, 28-26 over Iowa State. They would finish ranked 10th in the AP poll. Minshew won the 2018 Johnny Unitas Golden Arm when he threw for 4,779 yards, 2018 Pac-12 Player of the Year, and would go on to be drafted in the 6th round, 178th overall in 2019 by the Jacksonville Jaguars, making him the highest drafted quarterback ever coached by Mike Leach. He became a folk hero in Jacksonville after Nick Foles was injured in the 2019 season opener. He went 6-6 as a rookie, passing for 3,271 yards and 21 touchdowns, and currently is the backup for the 12-1 Philadelphia Eagles. And number 1, Graham Harrell. Graham Harrell was a Texas Tech Red Raider from 2005 to 2008. He backed up Cody Hodges as a freshman and was a starter from 2006 to 2008. During that time, Texas Tech went 28-11. The 11-win season in 2008 was the most by a Mike Leach team, matched only by Minshew's 11-2 record in 2018. He ranks 3rd and 11th all-time in single-season passing yards, 10th and 20th in single-season passing touchdowns, 3rd in career passing touchdowns, 4th in career passing yards, 5th in career completion percentage. For his career, he had a passer rating of 154.3, completed 69.8% of his passes for 15,793 yards, 134 touchdowns, and 34 interceptions. In 2007, he completed 71.8% of his passes for 5,705 yards, 48 touchdowns. Texas Tech went 9-4, and they won the Gator Bowl. He won the 2007 Sammy Ball Trophy, the 2008 Johnny Unitas Golden Arm, and came in 4th in Heisman voting in 2008 when he passed for 5,111 yards, 45 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and boasted an 11-2 record. There you have it, the 10 best college quarterbacks ever coached by Mike Leach. Although Leach will be missed, his influence will never be overlooked, will never be forgotten. It's everywhere you look in college football.